Eric Hovind's Dot of Knowledge. I'm sure you are as big an admirer of Eric Hovind as I am. For one thing, there are not many streets he hasn't walked, and not many people he hasn't debated. If you want me to hazard a guess, I'd say he knows 1% of the people on Earth intimately, and they all agree with him, only they are not aware of that fact. So I was rather pleased to join that exclusive club of some 70 million when Eric appeared from behind a tree and wrestled me to the ground, metaphorically speaking. He offered me a logical proof of God's existence. I won't bore you with a question such as, define God, or if I don't look like you, who does God, who created us both in his image, look like? Not that these aren't good, but it wasn't me asking the questions. Can there be an impossibility that's impossible for God not to exist, or something like that, was the first question. I was late for a meeting, but I cleared my diary for the next decade. Eric was patient with me. It took me a while to cancel 41,152 board meetings, weddings and funerals, but when I was done, he showed me a drawing of his own creation. It was an amazing drawing. Unfortunately, I can't show it to you, so I'll have to describe it for you instead. There was a circle, and in it there was a dot. Eric looked very proud at his creation. He admired it, the way God admired the world on day 6, or the way my plumber admired my toilet after he flushed it. It was good, if he may say so himself. Leonardo must have been feeling just as proud after Mona Lisa left his studio. I had to agree it was good, even a masterpiece, although I didn't quite catch the meaning of the circle and the dot. The circle, said Eric, is the total knowledge in the world. Sorry, the universe, they are not the same, you know. The dot, he stopped for effect. I looked at the dot, and I tried to calculate how many of those it would take to fill a circle. I wonder if it was meant as a dot, i.e. it had no dimensions, like the universe 5 minutes before the Big Bang, or a smudge on a piece of paper. It's a metaphor, of course, said Eric. I got my answer. Our knowledge is infinitely small compared to what there is out there that can be known. The known unknowns and the unknown unknowns. And the unknown knowns, of course, let's not forget them. You know God exists is one of those, for example. Would you not agree that outside the dot of knowledge, but inside the circle of knowledge, there can be a God, said Eric. Yes, I said tentatively, although I'm not sure what image I'm looking at. I could be looking at God and misrecognize him for, you don't know, said Eric, because it's outside your dot of knowledge. That made sense, but the next bit was what shocked me. You see this dot, said Eric? We know only 1% of what can be known. I don't know about you, but I know less than that. For example, I don't know 1% of my local telephone directory, which is 1 page. It's a small town. And I don't know 1% of that. I was beginning to see why Eric Hovind was somewhat of a big brother figure to so many people who knew less than 1% of what he knew. The 99% you don't know is God, said Eric. He is here, and he put his finger inside the circle, carefully avoiding the dot. You can invite him into your dot. It's a simple drag and drop operation. In fact, let me show you. He introduced me to God. I somehow missed God because I was in so much awe of Eric Hovind's immense knowledge. For example, he surely knew 1 page, a whole page, of my local telephone directory from top to bottom. Isn't knowing 1% of all there is to know an immense amount of knowledge, I asked. Not in my world it isn't, said Eric. Do you mind? God is waiting. I don't remember meeting God that day, but I know I did. But I know I wasn't creating his image. When I thought I said goodbye to Eric, I must have said goodbye to him. It's an unknown known. On second thought, if I want to talk to God, surely his number is in one of the 99 pages of my local directory where my number isn't.